Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video, I'm just gonna be sitting down and telling you my birth story. Yeah, how you came to the world. You came flying, huh? Yeah, you were ready. You were ready. Love you. You gonna play good? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so to start out, I didn't have a car seat, I didn't have a stroller, I didn't have anything, and so my cousin was supposed to bring it, and this is like a month before his due date, and so I went to the doctor that day because I needed a breast pump. So, and again, it was a month early, so I was getting everything prepared, and so I went to the doctor, got the breast pump. You're so cute. Yeah. I got the breast pump, I came home, and my cousin was coming from out of town. And I told my mom, like, Mom, I'm really tired. I'm just gonna take a nap. Tell her I say sorry. And so my cousin came and brought the car seat and stroller and stuff. Yes. And when I woke up, I was on the phone with my best friend. And we were trying to figure out how long we had been friends for. And I have all my school ID cards, so I was going to find the one from middle school, and I got up to get it and it was in a different spot. So when I went to bend over and I stood back up, I thought I peed myself because I hadn't gone pee after my nap. And like, when I say I thought I peed myself, I was 100% sure it was pee, but I still felt the need to go pee. And so I was like, after like a while, I went to the bathroom and went pee, and then I was like, this is way too much pee. Like, I didn't drink that much water, and they say that when your water breaks, it smells different than your urine. So I smelled my pants and my underwear. What are you doing? You wanna be in it? Okay, I smelled my urine, or I smelled the pants and underwear, and it had like a sweetish smell, so not like pee. And I was like, okay, maybe my water broke. So I called the doctor finally, and I was like, my water might have broken. And they're like, okay, let me call the hospital to see what they want you to do. And then so she called back and she's like, okay, you're gonna go into labor and delivery, and they're gonna see if your water broke. And I was like, okay. And in my head, it was not processing, I guess. I didn't have my hospital bag packed, barely got the car seat. So what I did was I was very nonchalant about it. Like, I didn't think it was real. So I started packing my bag, and then I had my mom make me something to eat, and I cut my fingernails, and then finally I went over to the hospital. And it's all while my sister's driving to the hospital, and my best friend. And so we get there, I get checked in, they check me to see if it's my water, and indeed they said it was. And then, hi. You're so cute. You like videos? Yeah? Okay, so it was my water. So we're at the hospital, and like, they're like, okay, we have to induce you because like you're not in active labor and your water broke. And I was like, okay. I've never been around pregnant people. I didn't know anything other than what I watched on YouTube. So we're there, and then they give me like the IVs and stuff, and I'm chilling, and then they hook me up to the monitor, and they hook Ace up to the monitor, and they're like, are you feeling any of these? And I was like, oh, he has it, Ace boy, not that one. Okay, so they hook us up to the monitor, and they're like, do you feel these? And I was like, no. It's just like, okay, like, let us know when you start feeling them. And then we were playing the I don't know what it's called, Heads Up. game on my sister's phone, and we were laughing. The nurses would come in and like play with us and started laughing too. It was actually really fun. And then it gets like later and later, and I start feeling contractions, and then we're all like, okay, we need to go to sleep because I'm giving birth. And before that, they checked me again just to be positive that it was my water that broke, and it was. And so we're all like, okay, let's go to sleep. And they gave me like pain medicine to sleep. So I went to sleep for a little bit, and okay, before I went to sleep, actually, they checked to see how dilated I was, and I was only 1 centimeter. So when they woke me, or no, I woke up on my own, and it had been like hours and hours and hours, and they're like, okay, we're gonna check you again. And I was like, okay, thinking I would be like 4, and they said 1.5 centimeters, and I just started bawling my eyes out, like completely a mess. And then he's gonna do it again. Oh, maybe not. And so they're like, do you want more pain medicine? And I was like, yes, please. And okay, I forgot to add this part in. When we were chatting with the nurses, I asked them how often it occurs that someone asked for the epidural and it's too late, and they're like, oh, that's so rare. But I asked because it happened to my sister. So I was just like, let's just make sure that I'll be able to get it if I need it. And so they're giving me more pain medicine. I'm still going without the epidural. And my sister and best friend are sleeping, and they have me on the IV machine, and the nurses are like, do you want to walk around the hospital? I was like, yeah. So I'm all holding it, and I'm all walking around the hospital by myself. And then I go back, and once the medicine kicked in, I went back to sleep, honey. And so I came back in, I went back to sleep, and then they checked me again in the morning. I don't remember the times, but they checked me and they're like, okay, you're 5 centimeters. I was like, thank God. Like, we made some progress. Yeah. He's over here like, so the 5 centimeters, and still no epidural, but it's hurting a lot more. So my last 2 options for the pain were the gas mask and the epidural. So I asked them, I was like, okay, can I just try the gas mask? And they're like, yeah, of course, let's get it set up. And then so they set it up, and they bring it in, and I remember laying there, and they put it on me, and they're like, okay, breathe. And I started breathing. I started having a panic attack. Like, I started freaking out. I was like, get off, get off, get off. Yeah, I didn't like it, Ace. No, I did not. And so they took it off, and I was like, I'll just get the epidural. And this is like within an hour of them checking me for how many I was, and I was at 5. And they're like, okay, let me call the anesthesiologist. So they call them. They're getting here. They're like, okay, go pee, because you're not going to be able to get up and go pee because it goes into a catheter. And so I get up and I go pee. And while I'm on the toilet, I'm like pushing my pee out. Like, it felt like I still had to go. But really, little man was coming. And so I'm like yelling for my sister. I'm like, he's coming right now, he's coming right now. I was so scared. And there, my sister was like helping me get to the hospital bed, and my legs were like this, like I could not walk. Like, she's literally trying to carry me. And when I got to the bed, the nurse was like, okay, let me just check and make sure. And sure enough, he was coming, and there was no doctor in the room yet. And I'm like, I need to push him out right now. Like, he is coming. And the nurse is like, don't push. And I'm like, what in the world do you mean don't push? I have a human coming out of me. And like this all in my head. I was like, okay. I'm literally clenching, like trying to keep him in. Yes, I was clenching, keeping you in. Yes, I was. Yeah, you did wanted to come out. I see you, Mama. You do that. Yes. So I'm clenching, and they sent the anesthesiologist out to get a doctor. And then, like, a few minutes later, they're sending my best friend out to get the doctor. And I was like, what the heck? And she said it was like a movie. Like, she ran out. I was like, I need a doctor. Which I would have died to see that. Like, I literally would have died to see that. And then, so finally the doctor comes in and the nurse looks at me and was like, you can push. And I was like, or no, the doctor said you could push. And I was like, they said to wait for a doctor. And she was like, I am the doctor. And I was like, oh, like the biggest insult probably ever. So I started pushing. I remember looking at the clock. It was up here. And I was like, okay. And the time was going so slow, it felt like. But like from the time I started pushing to the time he was born, it was only 6 minutes. Like it was quick. And I remember looking at the time go and I was like, this is taking forever. But it wasn't. You came flying out, honey. Flying out. Okay, and then I also remember like I was pushing and it was my last push and they're like, okay, one more push. And I was like, okay. So I started pushing and I just like relaxed. I was like, I can't do this. And I was so exhausted. And then obviously I pushed him out. But you see our Christmas tree that I never took down? Yeah. And then I remember they set him on me and I was like, whoa, I have a child. And this is all a month early, like to the day, 1 month early. And hey, you're so handsome. And then I remember holding him and I was literally like falling asleep holding him. So I was like, and I remember my sister saying, do you want me to take it? And I was like, yes. And then I was out. Like, don't remember anything else. I don't remember anything else. But yeah, that is how he came into this world. With a bang! With a bang, with a bang! And honestly, I had a super easy delivery. Everyone's told me, like, obviously it hurt. Like, there's no joke about that. No epidural, no nothing. But it was easy. He came easy. There was no complications, which I'm so thankful for. And I got my little nugget. I love you, Nugget. And he's ready for his nap. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I really like to watch these videos, and now I'll have this forever, so that's super cool. But like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.